I've got a brand new kind of spell you should absolutely put in your D&D game. When we think about these worlds that we build for our players and the magic in them, we generally get trapped in this thought or this way of thinking that everything is designed combat first. And obviously that makes sense. It's the pillar of the game that our players are going to engage with most. But if we think about it logically, a world in which magic exists would not focus on violence. I mean, that would certainly be there. But without question, the most developed arcane would be for the workforce. I've come up with an idea that adds a little flavor to the world that you present your players, as well as giving some low-level option for even non-spellcasting classes. Now, none of these are very powerful, but you'd be surprised how creative your players can get. Imagine a workforce in a world with magic and how that would affect them. These first couple examples are what I have called the tableration. The tableration are specialty skills or spells developed by the guilds. Now, they are low-powered or even underpowered spells, and they are themed around doing everyday tasks. But this does a few things. One, you can tie a couple spells to backgrounds, which not only makes character creation a little more fun, but can inspire some backstory inspiration for your players. For example, I have Sharpen, a simple first level concentration spell that adds +1 slashing damage to any bladed weapon. I imagine this is used by carpenters and builders, and I would give this to any class. In a world where wizards can just learn magic, I assume laborers can too if they study hard enough. And I also feel giving this to a rogue or a warrior isn't going to undercut any of your spellcasters. Not powerful enough to make the spellcasters feel less special. And the spellcasters can still punch stuff just like the fighters can, just not as well. I'll give you another example, Steady Hands. Just adds a simple D4 to dexterity saving throws or checks, and is also a concentration level 1 spell. Now those are pretty straightforward, but what about Weld? A level 1 spell that can be cast to fuse 2 metal objects together. That weld spot can hold up to, say, 150 pounds and would take a strength check of 17 to break. Now, there's no immediate utility use, but I promise your players will come up with one. Not only does this flesh out the world, but it's good practice for homebrew. So let me know, can you think of any spells that would help trade workers, bakers, musicians, or doctors?